Hi, this video will show you how to quickly configure the SANBlaze ATCA2000 storage blade. First, ensure that the blade is powered on and the management interface is accessible over the network. You can test this by simply issuing a ping command from a command line. So in this case I can see my blade is responding, so it is available. Then simply take the blade address and input it into a web browser address bar. If this is the first time you're connecting to this blade, you'll have to accept this security connection. Simply confirm the exception and you'll be presented with the login screen. Input the username and password. In this case, the name is admin and the password is also admin. Once you do that, you'll be presented with the ATCA2000 management interface. There's a quick start menu, or a quick start wizard, to quickly configure the blade services. Simply click on that in the left-hand menu and select the language you're using. In this case, we will leave it English, and click Next. The first item in the wizard is the network configuration settings. So in this case, you can configure the network options for each of the interfaces within the blade. There are two 1 gig base interfaces, 2 management interfaces, and then 2 10 gig fabric interfaces. You can select which devices you want to have enabled and whether or not they're doing DHCP or not. If they're not doing DHCP, you can specify the individual parameters for each interface below. You can also set the name of the blade, host name, domain name, and DNS information. Once it's all configured as needed, simply click the next button to get to the volume group configuration. The volume group wizard allows you to select which physical drives you would like to use and group together to make a volume group. In this case, I'm just going to select the first 4 physical disks in my system and make a RAID 5 out of them. So I select the drives, select my RAID level, and click Next. This will go ahead and create the RAID set and the logical volume group underneath it. Once we have the volume group, we can now decide what kind of storage services we would like to export. A list is presented on the left here, iSCSI, and then NFS or CIFS, or both. In this case, I will just make a simple NFS share. So I select my storage service I would like to create. I select the name I would like to use. In this case, I'll call it NFS share. The size I would like to make the share. The volume group to use, which I created on the previous screen. And then the number of shares I would like to make. In this case, just 1. So once I've put in my options here, click Submit. And this will go ahead and build my share. At this point, my share is now ready to use and is accessible over the network. I can then go ahead and create more shares here if I want to create an iSCSI or CIFS. So let me just add one iSCSI, give it a LUN number, call this iSCSI share, same size, 10, hit submit, and this will go ahead and create my iSCSI share. You can go ahead and continue to do this until all the storage has been used up on this volume group. Once the shares are all configured, you can get a summary of the currently created shares by clicking the volume detail button here. This will break down the list of all the shares that you've created and give you their size information as well as the type of share.